the whole topic, the first day is like understanding the nutrition journey. And like, it is not an easy journey. When you think about when you come into the gym and when you train here, everything's made easy because like you book in, so there's accountability there. When you come in, like the trainers are there to literally show you what to do, to guide you. And then there's just a lot of support when it comes to nutrition. Obviously, you can be sort of advised and recommended for things to do, but then when you get home, there's a lot more things that then come into play. Like obviously, you might have children, you might have stress from work, you might have partners that throw you off a little bit, or just things that get in the way. So what you've really got to understand, from my point of view especially, is that the nutrition side, the diet side, changing your lifestyle habits are more challenging than training in the gym. But I would probably, in all honesty, say that you're going to see bigger changes with how you look, with how you feel, and yeah, with how you look and with how you feel with the changes that you do make. You are going to see probably better results when you start making changes to your diet. So we definitely do tend to see when people start to make changes to the diet, that's when they start to see the biggest change in like body fat levels, overall weight, muscle mass, just how they feel, the way that they train. So this talk is just literally about, it's more around like the mindset around nutrition. It's before it goes into sort of the ins and outs. So I want to sort of lay the foundation that this isn't good. It isn't an easy journey. And this is why we always say to start off really small. Just like when you come into the gym, you don't come into the gym and then put 50 kg on your barbell and start squatting with it. You'll do bodyweight squats. You'll then maybe use a dumbbell. You'll then use a barbell, and you gradually, step by step, build it up. It's the same thing with nutrition, okay? So today, I just want to talk about nutrition as more of a commitment rather than a quick fix. So like changing your eating habits can be challenging when you start on a new fitness routine. So it's all about making a commitment rather than trying to see really quick changes. So like think of nutrition as like a long-term investment where it is going to take time. You do have to be patient, and the process might be tough. Well, it will probably be quite tough, but the rewards will be amazing. So when you start putting it into action, when you start making these changes, I can tell you now, that is when you start to see bigger changes, and then that's when it's more motivating. I'm just going to take a second just to check that the sound is good. Cool, that's all good. So yeah, like that's the important thing, right? It is a challenge, and that's why you have to do it like literally one step at a time. Don't try and overwhelm it, especially when we see new people start, or let's say, for example, when you see a photo of yourself from a holiday, or like you put an item of clothing back on, you try it on and it doesn't fit right, or you see a photo from your holiday and you see an angle of yourself and you're sort of mortified in a way. You're like, right, I need to change everything. And then you probably change everything. You start tracking your calories. You probably start going out for walks more. You cut out bread. You cut out chocolate. You do all these. Sorry to keep stopping. I just want to check the sound is working. Chocolate. You do all these. Yeah, it's fine. So you make all these changes, and then you basically do them for maybe 3-4 days, but then you just stop them because you've given yourself like 4 or 5 different things to change all at once, and it's just not working. So you really need to understand that you need to make one change. Like we don't say this just to say it, like we really do mean it. Make one small change to your diet and just do it one step at a time. Like make it really, really simple. Like the first change for most people could literally just be drinking more water. Like just making sure that you're having like 8 glasses of water. Good morning, Mark. Make sure you're having like 8 glasses of water, a couple of these a day. And I can tell you, just by drinking more water, you're going to feel better. You're going to feel more hydrated. You're likely going to end up sleeping better. You're going to have less headaches potentially. So this is what I'm saying. All it takes is one small change, and that's all it needs to be. So the second point I want to make around this is that consistency is so important. Now, good morning, Claire. Nice to see you in this morning. Consistency is so important. Have you seen that that photo when it's like loads of like rocks and they're both digging for gold, and there's one person on this side who keeps digging and reaches the gold, and there's this person that keeps digging and then just stops because they haven't found any gold yet. Whereas reality is if they just kept digging a little bit more, they would have found gold. And this is my whole point around this, is that you have to give yourself enough chance of doing the action consistently so that you can actually see and benefit from the changes that you're doing. Because if you just came into the gym once a week and that was all you did, you're probably not going to see any changes. You need to come in more consistently to see changes, as you probably experience. So it's the same thing with nutrition. You need to be consistent with it, or else you're not going to see changes. And then when you don't see changes, you change it all around. You change your diet, you change your nutrition around, and then the same thing happens. You don't leave it long enough to see changes, and then bang, you're back to square one again. Give me 2 seconds. I just want to put my lap. Oh my goodness. Don't do things live, guys. It doesn't work out. Let me just get the charger. So yeah, consistency. So just like consistent workouts improve your fitness, consistent good nutrition boosts your overall health and energy levels. So it's crucial to give your nutrition efforts time to show results. So be patient and be persistent with it. That again proves my point, well, our point, because I think all trainers, all benchmark trainers sing from the same hymn sheet when they say that you want to stick to one thing. So if your one thing for the next 2 weeks was, I'm just going to drink more water, that's so simple that you could stick to it. But if your one thing was, right, I'm going to track all of my calories, right, I'm going to drink more water, right, I'm going to make sure I get 5 fruit and veg a day, I promise you now, you'll probably do it for 1, maybe 2 days, and you'll drop it all because it's too much to handle. So just really simple. Just focus on one thing with your nutrition. Do not overcomplicate it. And you need to be consistent. You need to be so goddamn consistent. I'm being brutally honest. And then the next thing is how much nutrition can really, good nutrition, eating the right foods, how it can really enhance your training as well, and enhance your recovery from your training. So what you might find is, again, 10 years of benchmark, 15 years of as a trainer, what I have seen over the last 10 years is that most people come to us with a weight loss goal, with a body fat goal, and then when they start training, they realize how much they love the training. So they then start to make changes to the diet so that then it can fuel their training sessions more. So proper nutrition can really amplify your training results, helping with recovery, probably most importantly, helping with energy levels as well. So think of it like fuel in a car. If you've got no fuel in your car, then you're not gonna, or you've got really low amounts of fuel, you at some point your car's just gonna cut out. It's the same thing with your body. If you haven't got enough fuel in your system, you're just gonna slow down in terms of training. You're gonna struggle when it comes to the actual physical side of the training. So this is why proper nutrition is important. And also on the other side, on the recovery side, is that your body breaks down muscle tissue when you're in the gym. So you need to make sure you're eating the right foods and sort of the right amounts of foods to make sure you're recovering from your training as well. So that your body actually repairs, recovers, becomes stronger, and it sets you up for the next training session then. So so that's the third point of all this, is that nutrition really enhances your training, makes you train harder, longer, faster, and then you're also able to recover quicker as well. So my fourth point, I've got two more points on this and I'm going to wrap it up. So my fourth point is that accountability is probably the most important thing out of all of this. So the information is there. You could literally go on Google. To be honest, you could follow an Instagram influencer. You could sign up to, I don't know, a £5-10 a month nutrition program and probably get really good nutrition advice. But the nutrition advice is only good. It is only good if the person actually applies it. So the accountability side is really, really important. Ultimately, you need to be accountable to yourself for one, especially on the nutrition side. But as a benchmark member, it helps that you can book in with a trainer. You can do a one-to-one. You can be accountable to the InBody machine. You can be accountable to the trainer, and then you can be accountable to yourself as well. So you've now gone from being accountable to yourself to being accountable to your InBody results to being accountable to your trainer. And then it just gives you accountability. It gives you something to work towards. So what we commonly do is that we will Do your in-body, and then we usually do like a 2 or 3 week check-in after that to just see if your in-body is actually changing. Because what you don't want to do is make loads of changes when your in-body is actually already working. So the accountability is really important to stick into the nutrition. Like, use tools like checking in with us, like using the in-body, like using obviously like MyFitnessPal if you look to track your calories. Not that you have to, but if you are looking to track them, but like regular check-ins with one of the team, book it in on Team Up, come and see us, and just come and help us. Sorry, we can help you make a plan with it. It's really important. I think on that note, I think if you feel like the nutrition, the diet side is going to be an uphill battle, it's going to be a struggle, I think sometimes some people won't want to book in for a one-to-one because you think that we're going to say, right, cut out all the chocolate, cut out all the wine, cut out the beer, cut out the bread, cut out all these things, cut out all the things that you enjoy. But we're not going to say that. We are not those kinds of people. So you have to understand is that with the one-to-ones that we do, they are literally there to help you build accountability and help to just get some structure into your lifestyle. So don't see it as you're going to come to one-to-one and Mark or Ben or Dan or Lucy or Adam or Lauren is going to tell me to stop enjoying all the things that I have. We're not going to do that. So yeah, just on that note, round accountability is really, really important with nutrition. So I would book in for a one-to-one, come and speak to us, say, look, I need to stop. Well, I'm not going to say what you need to say, but come and speak to us, book in for one, and let's build some accountability. And then the last part about this is that you need to sort of celebrate and also reflect on your results as well. This is why, for me, recently I've started doing my in-body a lot more now because, and I'm probably doing it about every 3 or 4 weeks. And I was a bit against it. I was like, oh, I don't want to do it. I probably went about a year without doing it at all. But I think the more consistently you can do your in-body, for example, and even just weighing yourself, like the more consistently you can do it, the more you can see trends. So with the in-body, like if you do it, say every 2 to 4 weeks, like over a 6-month period, you can see consistent changes. And then with your weight, if you're just going to weigh yourself at home, this might sound quite crazy, but I would recommend weighing yourself every single day at the exact same time, like before you eat anything, before you go to the bathroom, before you exercise. Just weigh yourself if you want to do it at home on your scales, but do it every single day because you want to see the consistency like that. The best analogy I can give of this is imagine that let's say you're trying to save up money, but then Friday night, Saturday night, you went out, you spent loads of money. Monday morning, you look at your bank balance and you're like, oh my God, my life is over, I've got no money. Whereas the reality is you just spent a bit more money on the weekend and you're just looking at it at the worst time. So what you should do really is just look at it consistently so you can see the changes. So the last point here is like, see it as a big picture. And this is why looking at it consistently with how your body's changing is really, really important. So celebrate when you see changes with yourself and also just reflect on like what changes you have seen as well. Like, because there might become a time where your body fat goes up or your muscle mass goes down. But then if over a 3-month period, you can see all the changes that you've made and the progress you've made, you can see, right, well, it's just a bit of a blip. It's not exactly like it's going down and down and down or up and up and up. And then, yeah, the last point of that is like just reflect on everything we've gone through here. Reflect on it so that if you see a result that didn't quite go your way with the in-body or you're not quite seeing the changes you want to see, just reflect on what I've said here is that you need to see it as a long-term thing and a bigger picture. But like by embracing this approach, like you're going to see nutrition as part of your lifestyle more and not just a short-term fix. Like this way, your nutrition is going to align with your overall fitness, with your overall growth, and it's going to become more sustainable and it's going to become part of your lifestyle, as opposed to something you do for 2 weeks at a time and then drop it, then 3 weeks, then drop it, then 1 week, then drop it. We want it to be balanced and consistent the whole way through. And that is it. That's all I've got today. So if you've been watching this back or you've been watching this live, I'd love to know what is the one key thing that you took away from all of this. What is the number one thing? So the key things I went through was like understanding that this is a long-term process, understanding the power of consistency. You need to be consistent so you can get to that gold. Okay, it's really, really important. Understanding that nutrition really enhances your training. If you eat the right food, the right nutrients, it's really going to enhance your training. You're going to be able to train harder, fitter. You're going to feel fitter. You're going to lift heavier weights. You're going to feel great, and you're going to recover better. So that's my third point. The fourth point is around accountability. You need to be accountable to something or someone. The first person you need to be accountable to yourself. The first person you need to be accountable to is yourself. The second person would probably say is a trainer, and the third thing is the in-body. Come and do it, and let's get some accountability going. And the last point of all of this is to celebrate the achievements you made, then also reflect on it as well. Like look at the progress you've actually made, because we know that no results are linear. They're going to go up and down, but generally they should be going on like an upwards trajectory or a downwards trajectory. That's your word for the day. Awesome. That is all. Okay, so I will see you tomorrow morning, same time, more than likely. Like I say, the number one thing that you've learned, please comment below, and I would love to know. Thank you very much for joining us or watching this live. And I don't know how to turn this video off. End live video. Cheers, guys. Have a great day.